Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. This is the Daya and Peach Discuss live. Currently, the main man, well, one of the main men out of the two of them is currently absent. He's not reading me messages. I don't know where he is. Peach isn't here, but Steve's here. You know, he's had about 6 pints down the pub with us today, but he's here. That's the main thing. Wait, look at him, look. Steve. Let's have a close up on that.
The Jake Cox mug. Look at this. You take Jake for a pint, you get a free mug. You can't.
And look at this. Look at this, Mr. Leighton.
Oh, he's turning up.
No,
Steve,
now you're talking. Listen, he's talking about free mugs. If you want a mug on consignment, you got me, dog. Straight up, I'll be a mug on consignment, dog. How you mean?
Steve, cue the green screen.
Well, my thing might cut out for a second, but I'll be back. Hold on.
Okay.
No, but go on. Maybe not. Do you think?
I
thought, Jake, to be honest, that he bottled the show tonight because all the fans have agreed with my opinions and not listened to Peach.
Daya, there's only one Steve Daya. One Steve Daya. Now I gotta be quiet. Shit. I'm good now. Okay. There's only one Steve Daya. Yo, you guys were chilling today. I heard a little birdie bird told me you guys are chilling today, man.
We went for a bit of steak. Obviously, for doing these guest appearance slots, I always charge a fee. Brownie's never paid up, right? But today,
how much does he charge you? Because every time I go on his show, he charges me like a lot, man. And it's like I'm only on there for like I don't know, half hour or an hour, and like it's just like minute by minute, it just adds up, and then I have no money in my bank account, dog.
Well, Peach, me and Steve have got an agreement that we deal in pints and Chinese takeaways. And steak.
I'm gonna get in on that.
Steak and chips.
I'm gonna get in on that.
Peach, you know, I think all guests on football shows should be paid some numeration. You know, it takes up a lot of time. Brownie pays nothing, but Jake Cox, well, he's my best client, to be honest. I've had steak and chips.
That's baloney minestrones. That is baloney minestrones because I pay you way more than Jake pays you, man. And it's like, I think it's because of the currency.
Peach,
I think it's because of the currency.
Peach.
Listen, brethren, I will wrap up some like chicken balls and some like prawn rolls. Like I'll wrap up all of them things and send them Steve's way. Homeboy just wants money though. It's always like, I want like 20, 30, 40, 50 quid. And I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, well, yeah, because you're a good guy. I'll give it to you. But I think he's ripping me off, dog. Straight up.
Right.
Move across, Steve. Move across.
Me and Peach.
Look at that, look.
Oh, Peach is in the building. Oh, Posh Peach. I heard about that guy. I don't know if I like that guy still, you know. Posh Peach. Don't know if I like that guy still, but like he does his thing. So, yo, you know what? Yo, honestly, you both already know this. Big up today's banter, because that's one of the best shows on YouTube. If you don't know, now you know. West Ham Unofficial, one of the best shows on YouTube. If you don't know, no, you already know. Like, and yo, Hammers Fans United, man. What a show, man. Like, what they did this last video with like he had like a drone and they were taking penalty kicks. Jake, if you ain't seen it, watch it. It's live, man. I ain't even playing with y'all, man.
Peach, we can't see you at the moment. We can see everything but you.
What? You can't see me? I'm right here. Look.
There you go. Let's take some comments. There are so many people in the chat. Let's have a look. Let me scroll up. Right, the target for tonight then. The target for tonight. Welcome to West Ham Official as always. We want 25 likes by the end of this show.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we do not want 25 likes. We want 50, dog. I'm not playing with you. 25 is like a boring Sunday. 25 is a boring Sunday. This is a manic Monday. It's like DJ Rusty B from My Hammers 11, another beautiful channel. We want 50 likes. Straight up. I won't leave the stream until we get 50 likes. Real talk.
I think I can't. I think we'll be waiting a while. We're up to 9 likes now. 25 likes by the end of the show, and we want the day's
50.
banter. We want the day's
50.
banter. Peach, we're not going to get 50 likes, but what we do want is the day's banter up to 100 subscribers. It's currently on 85, so this is Steve's channel. We want to push this up by 9 o'clock. We want 100 subscribers.
And you know what? Hammers Fans United, Hammers Fans United want like what? 50 more subscribers, straight up.
There is Steve's channel there in the chat. Let's have a look at some comments then.
What about Titch's channel, dog?
It's going.
Titch is a bad man.
Calm down, Peach. It's going. Give me a chance. Gates, he said this will be the irresistible force colliding with the immovable objects. Steve, we had a chat about this before we went live, and what do you think you are, the force or the object, Steve?
I'm not really sure there, mate. Which one's the compliment? Which one's the compliment and which one's the non-compliment?
Steve, you're the force.
I think Peach is the force. Peach is the man.
You're the force. I'm a joker, dog. I'm a joker. You're the force. You're like Yoda. You're not Baby Yoda because you're a bit too old to be Baby Yoda, but like you're like Yoda. You're like the force I have. The force I have. The force I do. Like you're like Yoda, man. Straight up. That's it. Yoda, Daya. Done. That's it.
Fair enough, Peach. I'll take that as a compliment, mate.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He's a legend. How do you mean? Jake is like a young Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm like that youth on whatchamacallit, Jack Sparrow. I'm like Jack Sparrow, straight up. We got like Yoda, young Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Jack Sparrow, dog.
Peach, show us that hat you've got there, look.
You know what? I'll tell you this, man. Young JAK to the E sent me this, man. Dylan. Brilliant, man. And I saw the run that the boys did. Taylor and Taylor and Joe, wasn't it? And I saw the run they did. Big up to them. Absolute magic. I wore this hat the other day on Daya's show, and he complimented on it too. But if it wasn't for you, I would not have this, my friend. So big up yourself.
Steve's got some gear coming his way. I've heard inside sources, Steve. You want one of them bright orange vest tops that Joe was wearing on Friday night?
Yeah, I need a bigger size in Joe, though. You bought me 7 pints. I
did not buy
I'm
you
not going to
7
fit
pints.
Joe's kit.
Hey, you know what, Steve? This boy right here, dog. He had the new fresh Stilling cap, dog, the white one. I was like, what is that? Like, yo, Jake, that looked fresh, dog. Real talk, that looked fresh. Like, yes, there it is.
Oh, I look smart, mate. Fair play, mate. Fair play.
Go on, my son.
Yeah, we all have one day.
Jake is in the
You
building.
two got your hat.
Chicka, la, la, la. I love that cat, man. That's dope, man.
Right. Are you two going to allow me to have a look at the chat now? Because we've got about 3,000 comments.
Yeah. I haven't said a thing, Jake. I haven't said a thing yet, mate. But I can't get a word in edgeways. But Peach, I think he's been on that side.
Yo, Jake, do you hear something? I thought I heard something, but no, it just was like. Steve, is that you? I'm hearing it again. It's like.
Right, just before we do get into comments, Joe gave me his medal from the run. There it is.
Oh, nice touch, mate. Fair play.
So there is Joe's medal from the 10K run that he gave to me. Thank you very much, Joe.
After he's done all that work and then give you the medal, just shows though, Jake, how much he appreciated probably what you've done for the charity. Which I got to say, you've done a fantastic job, mate. Fantastic job.
Yes, you
did.
So
did you. So did you, in a less than orthodox way of doing it, Steve.
Something
Right, let's have a look at the chat. Right, Andy's in, one of our members tonight. Andy, if you haven't seen it already, members only exclusive video went out about a few transfer rumours and stuff like that. West Ham News Extra went on for the You Are a Legend channel members. So if you
as Andy subscribed to the Day's Banter show, that's the first thing we need to know, Jake.
well,
Mozzie's in the building. Mozzie's in the building. Bra, bra, bra. Ticka, 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 la, la, la. Big up, everyone.
Right, let's have a look at some more comments. James is in. Hope you're well. Mr. Cox, how are you, sir? I don't know if you're talking to Dad or me. But I'm sure that's Dad. Right, our next member, Trev Tube. Trev Tube always agrees with Steve. Steve always agrees with Trev. But there we go.
Trev talks.
See, there you go. You can't see him on StreamYard, but Andy in the chat is using our fantastic range of what's the word? Emojis for our members. Andy says, yeah, that was amazing. Great. They're going to donate after this. The lads smashed it in the run. They certainly did. Thank you very much, Andy.
Well done, Andy.
Just
don't forget to subscribe to Andy. Subscribe. Tonight's all about subscribing to the Day's Banter show. Jake's took me out for 7 pints and a steak and chips. And we had a sundae, didn't we? A chocolate sundae.
We did.
And I taught Jake how to get a free half a beer in a pub.
Yeah, because
that is out of order. Homeboy's 13, dog. Like, what are you dealing with? Homeboy's
yeah, 13. He went up.
Tell him them things there. Wait till he's like
Education, Peach always starts early, man. 14, teaching the rules of the pub.
Yeah, he went up. Yeah, he went up after he drunk half the pint and said, "Mate, this beer is too cloudy." So we topped it up for him.
I see between the lines, dog. It's like, yeah, I'll teach you how to get a pint and give it to me. Let me make sure it tastes nice. The pint's gone, dog. The pint is gone.
Always look after the pennies. The pounds will look after themselves. I'll save £1.65 there, Jake, didn't I?
Trev G.
It was cloudy. I wouldn't complain about a pint if it was a good pint. But as you saw, different.
Man like Brownie, don't know.
Oh, well, we don't have any association with football with Brownie anymore, Steve, do we?
Well, no. That's a bit unfair. I do like Adam from Football with Brownie. He's a good friend of over 25 years. But after the exclusive contract I signed with you today, apart from my show, right, which you can all subscribe to, the Day's Banter, right?
How many times is this guy saying this? Hammers Fans United is better than today's banter. Hammers Fans United better than today's banter. How do you mean, man?
Jake is very clever on his contractual work.
86.
Oh, 86 already. Well done. But Jake is very clever on his contractual work, Peach. You got to watch him. But I am sorry, I didn't read the small print, right? But when I'd read the small print and I'd gushed 7 pints and a nice steak and chips and a chocolate sundae, right?
Oh, we had something else as well. You are a greedy
I looked at the small print after I'd signed it, and I was signed into a 4-show exclusive where I've got to stay off with Football with Burgers.
Oh my days! You are greedy, like.
Are you going to allow me to continue on with the comments, Peach?
Hammers Fans United, what?
Right. Right. How far down did we get? Trev Tube, hope all as well. Looks like you had a great holiday. We did indeed. Let's have a look.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Faith, hope you are well. And he says, anyone would think you're here to talk about West Ham. This is random. As forged from my own live stream. I know.
Big up, Casey. Big up, Miles. You don't know.
Posh Peach is a nectarine. Nectarine. Okay.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, I do not have my glasses on at the moment, but oh, yes, he is.
Mark, I hope you're well. Good evening to you. Lee, big up West Ham Unofficial. Come on, your ones. We are massive. Can't wait for the season. Love your comments, Lee. As always, Gatesy's in the house. I hope you're well, Gatesy.
Big up, Gatesy.
Mark said, loved Posh Peach, the new chairman. Alf calling it as it is.
Oh yes, we always do call it like it is because we are the upper crust of the East London. Yes, we are.
Tufty's in the house. Hope well, Tufty.
Tufty.
Jake has everything under control. Yeah, right, because we're 10 minutes behind comments. So I've got everything under control. Yeah. Let's have a look here. James says, if we get 100 likes, will West Ham sign a player? Probably not. We will.
No.
We will try and get on with that. We will try and get on with that.
Sorry, just to interject for 2 seconds. Did you hear what that stupid man, because I'm not going to use any curse words, because this is Jake's show and I respect him to the utmost. That's my agent, by the way. If you don't know now, you know. But it's like,
I've signed 2 exclusive contracts today. One with Steve, one with Peach.
Done, no. But did you hear? Did you hear Jim White saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have a fantastic guest on, David Sullivan, and apparently he's not making any signings, and he's gonna explain it." Like, oh, I have strong, rude words for them, but I'm gonna reserve myself. But I think that's a load of PI. You know, how you doing?
Okay. Robert says, "Hi, Rich. Back on your day job after being a cameraman." He did be the cameraman. Yeah, be realistic, James. We ain't gonna sign a player. Well, I hope we do. But Pete, I hope you are well. I think it was Pete that put a super chat in a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much, Pete. Once Steve was on the super chat train with the charitable funds, indeed. Let's have a look. James says GSB need to go. Gatesy said, Daya, have you signed an exclusive contract with Jake's channel?
Yeah. Well, apart from your own channel, Gatesy, that hopefully you could subscribe to the Day's Banter, which Jake is an exclusive guest as well. After 7, I didn't know what was coming, mate. To be honest, I supped the 7 pints he bought me. I stuffed down that rump steak, which was gorgeous. Finished off with chips and mustard, peas as well, right? In between the meal, he made me sign my signature, and then afterwards it said you're exclusive and you can't go on with Football with Brownie. So I think I can't go on with Football with Brownie. I'm going to have to read it again when I've sobered up, to be honest. But I think it says I can't go on Football with Brownie and I'm exclusive to Jake Cox. But I'll have to double check. But Brownie's definitely out for 4 weeks.
Top cameraman Rich, indeed. Ask Steve if he chatted up any barmaids today.
Just the 2.
2? I thought it was just Evie.
No, that was my favourite one. You weren't there when you left early, if you remember.
Oh God, we left at about 3:30, and Steve was there till about 6 o'clock, I think.
Put your 7 pints in, you're chatting anything up, mate.
Andy subscribed to 80.
I did chat your mother up today, Jake. I did chat your mother up. She's a bit of a hottie, isn't she, to be fair?
Steve, behave yourself.
I'm looking forward to come watch her cricket team.
Behave yourself.
I reckon she looked very sleek in her whites.
Trev Tube says, if I had more thumbs up, I would give them. Thank you very much, Trev Tube. I thought the Celtic performance was excellent, by the way. Attacking and counter, attacking in particular. Few defensive frailties, if being picky. Thank you guys for trying to get us on to West Ham. We're going to discuss all of this in a minute. I'm just going to get to the bottom of the comments first. I don't know where Pete has gone. Probably gone to the shop.
Been arrested for drinking on the street, probably.
Yeah. Gates, irresistible force, the immovable object, both are complementary.
Thank you very much, Gatesy. Hope you press that subscribe button.
On the Day's Banter, it's in the chat. Russ, hope you well. Get that posh bloke on. I had a look today. I had a look on your lunchtime show when I saw Flo doing it. Wow, you've been kicked out like Football where Brownie's been kicked out. What can I say? What can I say? Let's have a look here. Annie says Peach is in the building. Peach is in the building. He's not. I don't know where he is. He's here we go. Look, there's just to let you know, there's nothing in that. There's absolutely
free merchandise. When you signed an exclusive contract, you get a free mug.
Could you say hello on YouTube? Okay.
Don't know what he's about.
Oh my days, yo, I almost got arrested. Dog. That was messed up. That was messed up. Yo, real talk. I almost got arrested, dog. Like I had a cider, I was drinking it, and then homeboy just rolled up on me, and he's like, yo, what are you drinking? I'm like, energy drink. He's like,
We
He's
called
like,
it. He
"There's
must
no
have
way."
watched last
Yo,
week's
did Steve
show.
call her? Did
You
Steve
never
call her?
ban a West Ham fan.
Yo, I got a homeboy's like, I could fill your pocket up with tickets just now. I was like, yeah. He's like, but because you've been straight with me, yo, I'm gonna let you off. I was like, all right, cool, man. Yo, I'm gonna buy a lottery ticket now. How do you mean, Doc? I'm buying a lottery ticket just now. Big up,
I
Peach, man.
reckon.
How do you mean?
I reckon.
Right.
The policeman watched last week's show, and because I asked you, didn't I, whether it was illegal.
Yeah. And yo, when I went back, he's like, "What's that noise? Like, what's that noise?" I'm like, "I'm on YouTube." He's like, "You're watching YouTube?" I was like, "No, my boy has like a YouTube channel. Like, I'm on YouTube, like talking about football and thing."
You haven't heard about West Ham unofficial? What
He
copper?
knew
What
about
copper is he?
he knew about today's banter, but he didn't know about West Ham unofficial. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Yo, that was close. Straight up, like real talk, that was close. I got to go back up and get another cider. I ain't playing around. Like,
Brownie.
I don't stop. I don't stop.
Brownie's in the chat. Anything you want to say, Steve, to Brownie?
I can't say it. I have to check my contract.
Let's have a look. Let me
Big up,
scroll back up
Brownie.
the comments.
I don't want
Right,
you penalising me, Jake.
Who?
I don't want you penalising me for talking to Brownie, so I'll have to check the small print again. You stitched me
Listen.
up today.
Listen, we're gonna do this on air. There's nothing stopping you talking or going on football with burgers. Nothing at
Oh,
all.
all right. Okay. Thank you, mate.
That's all right.
Don't say
DJ
that in
Rusty
your
B.
small print. Don't say that in your small print, but
DJ
as long as
Rusty
you,
B in
I've
the
got
place
witnesses
to be.
now.
He
I've
always
got
on the
witnesses
way to
now that I can go on Brownie's show.
DJ Rusty B, get that posh bloke on. I know I've tried, but he was unavailable, I'm afraid.
Oh yes, hello.
Unavailable.
Oh no, I have to take off my hat. If this is Posh Peach has to take off his hat, and I need my cider in a glass, in a lovely little wine glass. What up?
Apparently, anybody else that sees Jacob at football, he does drink pints of Stella. Apparently,
Oh, right. Okay.
that's news to me. Right then, thank you, James, for trying to get us on track. This was a subject that we are going to talk about today. Now you hear the news that Soufal's unhappy with West Ham. Does this prove the point that West Ham are struggling with cash flow?
Soufal's unimpressed with West Ham. Why?
So I can bring this up on screen because Pete, you've obviously been living in a nutshell today. West Ham defender Vladimir Soufal is becoming increasingly frustrated at the club's failure to meet his expectations and negotiations over a new contract. Steve, to you first, your thoughts on that? GSB, whoever, they're not pulling their finger out on one of our best players.
No, I think it's bullshit, mate. Sorry for using that language on the show, but Sky Sports talk a load of shit. Sky Sports talk a load of shit to draw attention to their channel. What you do with a player, I think, how many years has he got left on his contract? He's got plenty of time on his contract. I think he only signed it, 12 months ago. So you don't start dripping about your contract after 12 months. If every player did that, clubs would never be able to afford a player. So I don't think we can blame the board for that. He's on I think it's a 4-year deal, and he's 12 months in. Come on. Anyway, don't believe Sky Sports, bollocks.
Well, I believe you. I
People
believe you.
Sorry about the language, sorry. But that does wind me up when Sky Sports stops. I'm going to tell you all how it's easy to wind up Sky Sports, right? 10 years ago, probably 10, 11 years ago, I had Joe Ledley on my books, right? And who was a Cardiff player at the time. And my son read something. We'd gone up to West Ham, and he said, "Oh, so-and-so's signing for West Ham, Dad. Says it." I said, "Who told you that?" He said, it's in the Sun, right? I said, "Right, let me show you, son. I'm going to teach you a lesson of life. This is why I never listen to Sky Sports." I made a phone call to a journalist, said, "Ledley's going to West Ham for $3 million. I'm just arriving at the ground, right? In for the talks, right?" And it was a cheap shot journo, not a big one, right? He does what he does. He goes to another journo, within. By the time we got in the players' lounge at West Ham, it's on the big screen. Ledley signing for West Ham for $3 million, right? So that's why I never listen to Sky Sports. They always pick up whatever they hear to promote and stimulate debate. I do not believe that Soufal, after 12 months, is unhappy with his contract.
Let's have a look at the chat quickly.
And no,
Quickly,
honestly,
Pinch.
him and Such, like that's facts. That's facts there. Him and Suchek love being at West Ham. Same as Rice
Exactly.
does.
And let's be honest, they're in the Czech Republic at the moment, which is a lovely country where you can live for
Beautiful.
nothing. It's
Yep.
a lot cheaper economy there in Czech Republic, right?
Yep.
I've seen pictures of him in his swimming pool, having a great holiday with his family. Can't wait to get to West Ham. Let's take it in the Euros. He's giving it all this. Come on. Now all of a sudden he's whinging about his contract. Rubbish.
No.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Sky Sport, behave yourselves.
That's made up. Yeah, that's made up. That's made up like porridge in the morning. That's made up, man.
No news day for him. So wind it up, you know?
Yep, 100%.
So hit the like button. We've got loads of people watching currently. We have got 24 people watching, and we've only got 15 likes. Everybody hit the like button. Our target is 30 likes. And I think if we go into the chat, Miles's said if we get to 50 likes, I'll donate £10 for DT30 and £10 for
Well
Ida.
done, Mosey. Top man, Mosey. Top man. Don't forget to subscribe to the day's banter while you're playing with your keyboard.
Hey, Jake, is that like the millionth time he's mentioned today's banter? Like,
look at this, look. Let's drop it. Football with Brownie, our last Soufal about his contract in the garden party at the Czech embassy on Wednesday.
Well, yeah, he's going. Fair play, my good mate Adam Brown is going to the Czech embassy on Wednesday to meet the Czech ambassador, who's retiring from the London embassy, and Souček and Soufal meant to be there as they return back for pre-season training just before they return back. So Brownie will have the insight for us on that one. You know, we get more truth on YouTube than we get on Sky Sports.
Absolutely. And you know who I heard really like brings the truth to the game is some show called Today's Banter. I heard they bring the truth to like everything West Ham. So if you ain't checked out Today's Banter, I heard to check it out. Maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I'm just putting the link in the chat again. Come on, we need likes. Likes. We're at the 17 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. Do it for DT38. Do it for Isla. Hit the like button.
Hey, Jake, if we get a super chat, will you donate the money if we get a couple of super chats?
Super chats? Yeah, super chats, money, whatever.
You guarantee all your viewers that you'll donate the money to DT38, yeah?
Oh,
it will go. It will go.
Let's see who do the first super chat.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's go. Because once the YouTube payday comes in the middle of August, all of the super chat money, all of it will go straight over to DT38. Don't you worry about that. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Not even DT38 ones. They will all go over. Let's get some traction on this. All go into DT38. Currently, I'll have a look. How much super chat money have we currently got in there? YouTube take 50%, so I'll work it out, and we will get that sorted because it's complicated. All of this stuff.
They take 50%.
Yes.
Wow, I never knew that.
What you do now? Well, I should say, you learn something new every day, right? Let's try and scroll up the chat again. Here we go. Right, Gacy says, Daya, I'll subscribe if you pop on Forge from Iron. Jake won't mind. Forge from Iron, subscribe over there as well to Gatesy and Duke and Milesy over there.
Anytime, mate. Just give us a shout. Jake, you giving me contact details.
Here we go. It's with Rockin' and Rolling.
Anytime, buddy.
Rockin' and Rolling.
Mozzie's in the building. Mozzie's in the building. Rah, rah, rah. Ticka,
rah. Top man, Mosey. Top man, son.
Well done, mate. Well done.
I love that boy. That boy's top class. Or as Posh Peach would say, he is upper crust.
see, Andy, look what you've got for the Via money. You've donated. You've been called upper crust by Posh Peach. Yes. What more could you want? Right. Let's see what Brownie's saying. I can see Richard spitting out his beer once Daya mentions the money being donated, as he had already spent that money in his head. Right. talk about this. Anthony Martial has been tentatively. Here we go. Thank you very much to the disabled team.
Hey! Back on that. Hey! 10 quid in now. We're rolling.
Yes.
Great cause, though. All jokes aside, great cause. And what Joe Seeley and Dylan's brother done on the weekend was fantastic. Fantastic. Taylor, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you very much to the disabled team as well. Yeah, who done a dislike? On this video? How dare you?
Brownie, probably over the contract.
No
Brownie,
pot peas for you, no sweets for you, no nothing for you, no. My Hammer's 11 in today's banter. West Ham unofficial for you. Turn that thumbs down into a thumbs up.
You heard it from Peach. We're currently on how many likes? 16 likes. Come on. We can do better than that. 19 likes. Here we go. Come on. 30 likes. 50 likes is our target. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to change this.
Don't forget how to get it up there.
Subscribe.
Can't get my angles right, Jake.
I can never get my angles right on these things. I'm going to Jake like that way.
Oh,
big up everybody in the live chat. Good on you. Good
on
you.
At the end of the day, we're all West Ham family, aren't we? We come on a show like this. We all got the same name. We just love West Ham, right?
And you know what, Daya? I think you got a little bit of love for Peach, because the other day when I was on your show and that person was like, "Who's this guy?" You got my back right away, and it's like you're like, if you don't like him, get off my channel. Pick yourself up.
Right, I remember that wanky, But the thing is, Pete, that's what West Ham's all. That's the beauty of West Ham. Like I'm 55 this year, but when I was running, and I don't want to go too much into detail, right? Because I'm an old man. But when I was running with a crowd,
there's only 28 minutes left of the show, Steve.
Eh?
Because there's only 28 minutes left of the show, and we've discussed about 2 minutes. We
can extend, can't we?
All right,
when I was running with the lads, you always had everybody's back. And that's the beauty of West Ham. We've never moved away from that. The likes of Arsenal and Tottenham have all gone glory hunting and all the rest of it, right? We're West Ham. That's all that matters.
Yep. 100%. 100%, man.
Right. Let's get on with the show, Pete, because Jakey's getting a bit sweaty under the armpits here.
I know. Go on, Jake.
I mean, we're about 8 episodes into this, and people know in the chat we're not going to talk about football because I've got these two on, and, you know, these two just...
No, I want to talk football. Let's talk football. Come on, let's talk football.
6-2, Celtic v West Ham.
Yeah, hang on, Peach. Hang on.
The presenter.
The first thing we're going to discuss is what Gatesy said. What I tried to discuss earlier. We'll come back to it. Anthony Martial, incoming. Peach, you first.
I take him. My father, Barney, he doesn't rate him. He thinks
I agree with Barney. So do I.
He thinks he's garbage. Me, I rate him. I think I take him. For like 12 to 15 million, I take him.
Steve?
What I would say on that one is a bit of a... of course, he's a quality player. You don't play for Man United if you're crap, right? Yeah? But
that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, when they mentioned Lingard coming to West Ham, I was like, oh, really? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But look what he's done. So, I'd go for it. If it's going to happen, bring it on. We need. I think we need 4 or 5 signings. 4 or 5 signings to be pushing for the Champions League, where we should be pushing for, and we're in Europe as well. You know, so the more
no more than 15. Like, what would you pay for him? At the
end of the day, I think we have to have faith in the man. We all have opinions on players, right? But the bloke, if you've got a duff manager, disagree with his decisions. We've got a quality manager in Moyes who's made some fantastic signings. You know, look at some of the managers we've had in the past of late who've bought some right duff players for millions of pounds. Moyes is getting it right, clearly. So I think we have to have faith in Moyes. And if Moyes thinks Martial is a good bet, then we'll go for it.
Bring him in. I don't want to pay no more than like, because I saw price tags that were kind of like ludicrous. Like, they were up there. and I don't want to pay over the top from RCL, but I'd pay like 15, maybe 20 at the most. What would your limit be, Steve, for a man like Martial to come to West Ham?
I'd say I would have well, again, it's down to the board how much they want. 15 sounds about. I'm not sure how long he's got left on his contract at Man United. That makes a big difference in football transfers. But he's definitely 10 million, isn't he? And probably a bit more.
100. Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a look at his contract. He's got a 6-year contract, but I don't know when that was signed. I'm going to have a look at that in just a second. Right then, so we're on 25 likes, 27 watching. That means we've got at least 2 more likes. People haven't hit the like button.
How many subs have I got, Jake? How many subs has the Day's Banter got?
Let me have a little refresh.
There's a lot of viewers in here. We were on 8.
All subscribe to the Day's Banter. Let me put it in.
And Fans United, dog. How do you mean?
Indeed. We are up to 87 on the Day's Banter.
Whoa, 2 up. Thank you very much.
Interesting shout. Brownie says, Isco, I'll have to go for 15 million. Could David Moyes help get his career back on track? Peach?
Whoa. I didn't hear about that.
Neither did I.
Really?
According to Brownie.
Well, me and Brownie know Isco's family, right? He's got a bit of inside information here. He's not letting on, right? Because Isco's from Belamadna, where me and Brownie lived, in Spain, right? And I'll tell you something else as well, right? Isco's mother has a dog called Isco, right? Little Yorkshire Terrier, actually. But anyway, do I think he'd suit Premiership football? No. Is my opinion on that one. I think it'd be another foreign flop.
You know what, Daya? I agree with that, and I'd rather put somebody like Ings in there. I think Ings is a proven Premier League striker. I'd put Ings in the mix, man. Honestly,
I think the only reason I'm holding off on Ings is injuries. I think injuries.
Yeah, you're right,
and I'm saying the same thing about players like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that's being linked with us today. It's just injuries, and we don't need that this season. We do not. I take
Oxlade-Chamberlain. I take Oxlade-Chamberlain every day, all day. Every day, all day, I take Oxlade-Chamberlain. And if you're not going to go for Ings, then I'd cough up a bit more money and get that Armstrong youth from Blackburn.
You like him, Pete? You do.
I think we'll see Chris Wood coming from Burnley, to be honest with you.
I don't want that, though, Daya. No.
Moyes always likes that big man you can play off.
It's like when Ferguson played for Everton, isn't it? Like, he likes that, I know.
Moyes always likes his big man. He's had, if you look at the list of them he's had, and that's one thing we are lacking, right? So I wouldn't be surprised. Kiefer Moore to Burnley and Burnley flog Woods to us.
I'd have Kiefer Moore from Wales. So, I'd have him any day of the week.
No, I wouldn't have Kiefer. I don't think Kiefer Moore's anywhere near West Ham standard, to be honest.
What about Andy Carroll going on a free? All of a sudden, people are talking about him coming back. That's treatment table things. That is physiotherapy treatment table things. If he comes back, no, thank you.
Could you imagine? The physio team must think if he comes back, Christ alive, I've got to do like 2 times more work now. God, every other day he's going to be on the treatment table.
I can tell you 100% Andy Carroll's not going back to West Ham.
It would be, Jake, if Andy Carroll, if there was any real word of Andy Carroll coming back, the physio team would be like, oh my days, we got our work cut out for us this season. Like,
that's a problem. Andy Carroll, when he was at West Ham, they actually solved where his injury came from. And I'll tell you what it was, right? It was when he leapt for the ball, he didn't jump his position in the right, and the way he landed back on his feet. And that's what causes injuries. Sam Allardyce, well, not so much Sam Allardyce, but the physio team at West Ham discovered it. It did actually improve the way when he jumps up for a ball, how he landed. But of course, his career was too long down the road when he found out what it was. And
Oh,
another,
no,
it's funny, sports science and sports
Yeah.
injuries. Remember Danny Gabardon, right?
Yes,
The centre half.
the
I don't
Welsh
know if you
boy.
remember
Yep.
him, Jake.
The Welsh boy.
He was a good player, right? Lovely
He was
lad. Danny
magic.
Gabardon.
Tufty's trying to get rid of him. Tufty's like, "Do you want Joe Linton?" Tufty wants rid of him. He's like, "Here you go. Do you like whatever? Can we like move him on? Can we do that?" No, thanks, Tufty.
But going back to what I was saying, Danny Gabardon always suffered with back injuries, right? If you remember. And eventually they found out at West Ham, they took his teeth out and it solved his problem.
No.
You never, it's strange, isn't it? How these things affect your play. They took his teeth out, his back teeth, Danny Gabardon's, and it improved his back.
Wow.
It's nerves, isn't it, Steve? It's
So when
nerves.
Randy Morrison come, they took all his teeth out.
Oh, what a talent he was, man! He was such a talent, such a nasty. He was
on
such a nasty
Derby.
human being,
Derby on trial now, isn't he?
Where?
Derby's got a Derby on trial.
Oh yeah, him and Rooney will get along like long lost cousins, man. Trust me, poor Rooney.
Yeah, the way Rooney's been in the press the last 24 hours.
I know, I feel for him because that was obviously like some girl that just wanted to sell something to the papers, man. Like, I feel for him.
But do you see David Moyes? Do you see David Moyes pissed up in a hotel with a couple of hutties?
No, but you know who I do see?
There you go.
Sam Allardyce singing like a pelican. I see Sam Allardyce singing like a pelican when he's like on World Cup duty, singing like a pelican to like strangers at a pub, and then he got pinched like. Oh, you can't like it was daft on Wayne Rooney's behalf, and it was daft on Sam Allardyce's behalf. But no, you made a good point there. I can't see David Moyes doing anything of the such, man. I can't.
Tufty's moved on. Tufty's moved on to, well, you can have Joe Linton. Now he's saying you can have Dwight Gale.
No, thank you.
Tufty's dropping them all out, isn't
he? Yeah. I appreciate your effort, Tufty, but no, not afraid. Here we go. Scott, Jacob Peach, # free Ben Rammer himself. I hope you're well, Scott.
Scotty B is always golfing and cooking up the most scrumptious dishes in the world.
Yeah.
When I come to England, Jake, I'm coming to check you. We're gonna kidnap Steve, and we're gonna go to where Scott.
I know where he'll be, Peach. I know where Steve will be. He'll be led on the bar at the bow, trying to find Evie.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of him. That's my boy. That's my boy. We'll take care of him.
On tour, what stays on tour, what goes on tour stays on tour.
It wasn't really a tour. It was a meal down the pub, but
it was a trip to the pub, wasn't it? It was a tour.
I suppose.
And we're all going on a European tour. We're all going on a European tour.
It was us two having a party, and Steve was like,
"Yeah." I was just working out my new spotlight, just checking the light was coming on the right, Jake. Brownie ain't got no spotlights, is he?
No, all the spotlights are on Brownie. Brownie is a legend, dog. Brownie is a legend. Like, yo, all the spotlights are on Brownie, dog. I own business from Wales to England to Canada to the United States of America. Brownie is the biz.
Oh, that's made my night. You need a JCB to kidnap Daya. That's not very nice.
No, it's not very nice with Brownie, is it?
Let's have a look here. Clive, Brentford Clive, chuffed to bits that Ben Rammer got his first West Ham goal. Watch that man go now, Ben Rammer. I completely agree. We'll play Brentford in our penultimate pre-season game on, is it Sunday, something like that? Clive, or Saturday, I think. Clive's going to be on, hopefully, to do a to do a preview, and I hope Ben Rammer does well.
Ben Rammer will do well. And you know what? I know everybody is talking about our defense, like it's not up to par, it's not up to scratch. Hey, with Elise and Baptiste, Langelo, Ashby, in the background, I'm happy, man. Have you ever heard about Ogbonna's injury? Is it that serious, or is it
We
just
don't
like a
know.
couple of weeks
We
straight?
don't know. It's being kept well under wraps. It didn't look good.
I thought
But we don't know.
Benrahma on Saturday, was it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
He performed out of this world.
Didn't he ever?
I
So
think
did Pointout, Steve.
listen,
So did Pointout, Steve.
that lad bombed forward. He dictated it when he had to play midfield. He defended brilliantly when he had to. He gave an exhibition of football, right? And I think it went unnoticed because it was only against Celtic in a pre-season, right? His ability on the ball is phenomenal, right? His little flick for the goal for Bowen was out of this world, right?
Nuts.
That was Maradona skill. Honestly,
absolutely.
I think he's gone away from last season. He's worked hard in pre-season. He's come back with a mentality of I'm starting in this side, right, every week. And his performance was dynamic. He gave any kid watching a game of football, the modern day game, needs to watch that performance of Benrahma. That was something else.
And to add on to that, I agree with that 100%. And me and you don't normally agree. And I agree with that 100%. But I also thought Fornell's performance was impeccable. I thought his composure was excellent. I was well impressed with Antonio. It looks like he got a new pair of hamstrings and a left foot in the offseason. Even Mark Noble looked good. And it's good to see because this is his swan song.
We were solid apart from our two centre halves, right? Craig Dawson was shite, to be honest. Right? No,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
No, I do. I tell you what, Celtic was splitting our two. As soon as Ogbonna went off, right, we were in trouble with the centre half pairing, mate. And Craig Dawson was way off the pace. He was way. I'm telling you, he's not a Premiership class player.
Yes, he is.
We all praise him up for last season, especially Jake here. You go replay the game and watch how many times those centre halves get caught split between the middle of them.
Yeah, right? Then watching next angle, my man. Then watch the next angle when it's like Craig Dawson was like getting rid of the garbage that Diop was leaving.
Craig Dawson's got to go to the reserves, mate.
Trust me, no.
Craig Dawson, European game. The club need to spend 30 million on a decent centre half. I'm telling you,
we didn't need to.
That is our weakest.
Any day of the week, any day of the.
I don't think Steve, I think David Moyes agrees with you because he's after a centre back. I wouldn't say it's our weakest position. We've got one striker that isn't a striker at offer.
No, but our striker is class. And Bowen proved you put him in a striker role, he can do it. Right? Yes, I'd like to see another striker coming in, but we will get done at the back unless we strengthen up the centre half positions.
But so
if Celtic tore a hole in our ass when they attacked our centre halves, right? Yeah. Now that's just Celtic. You get a Liverpool Arsenal and that, they will pinpoint them and destroy us. You can't. We can go and win a game 5-4, right? But you can't do that every game, right? Our centre halves, I hate to say it, are shit.
Ogbonna is not that.
Not Ogbonna. But did you see the difference when Ogbonna went off, right? To how we fell apart at the back? Mark Noble played a dynamic performance against Celtic, covering and trying to get the centre halves to play properly. Right? If you watch his body language in the game, after you watch a game of football, always go and rewind it and watch it again and again and again. But study. And our back line is bad. Diop was okay. Dawson, poor. I hate to say it about a West Ham player.
Yo,
Steve.
Dawson is cover defender, not first teamer. Let's go back to Newcastle away when he got a red for embarrassing
Look on
the
history. Look
defender.
on
Yo,
history.
that's
Look at the
bollocks.
game.
Like,
Only
yo,
the season.
Dawson had many better games than that, like Mr. Fever.
James
Straight
is
up,
bang
ain't even
on.
front with you.
Here comes a man with some sense. James. I like James. Dawson is cover defender, not first teamer. That sums it all up. That is bang
No,
on the money.
I disagree.
So
That's
Steve-
Let's go back to Newcastle
I
way
disagree.
when he got a red for him back. Correct. Thank you.
Disagree.
Thank you, James.
Disagree.
You agree with me, James? Dawson is not top level Premiership centre half.
Gatesy just said it. Traore, we need Adama. We need Adama to we need Adama, dog. We need Adama. Adama and Michael Antonio, that would split the fences left, right, and center, man. Not even playing.
So Steve, if you were David Moyes, is your priority a centre back or a striker?
Both. The ball have got pulled out both areas. They've got to go by a decent centre half, and they've got to go and be up by a striker. The only trouble
don't
is,
sit on the fence, Steve. Come on.
I'm not sitting on the fence,
Steve.
but it's a way. Okay, if we could only have one player, I'd say on Saturday's performance, especially, we need a centre half. We need a top quality centre half in there instead of Dawson. Seriously, James is bang on the money. He's a reserve cover player if our top centre half gets injured. We've got the way we play, right? We've got options up front, right? We saw that Saturday. Bowen can drop into the middle, no problem. Antonio, it's all about keeping him fit. Of course it is, right? But as centre half, our defenders got caught numerous times by Celtic through the mid. They split the two centre halves. You watch how many balls go through the middle of a pair of them.
Yeah, and who saved us? Lucas Fabianski. Jake, what were you going to say,
homeboy? What were you going to say? Be honest, this is just Celtic. When you're playing the likes of Liverpool, Man United, they will rip the hole in Dawson's ass. Right?
It's not Macclesfield, man.
The manager, any Premier League manager will target them.
Get in there, Jake. Get in there.
I think personally, in my opinion, I would put a striker first, and then I would buy a centre back. I'd buy Nat Phillips to probably what I'd do is I'd put Nat Phillips as our Premier League centre back, put Craig Dawson as our Europa League centre back, and then mix things about when you want. Nat Phillips is a fantastic player. I'd love him to come in £50 million. I'm not all about spending £30 million on a centre back. We need a striker. We need Tammy Abraham at West Ham United.
We need both. We do. But I don't think we're going to get a top striker coming in. I think we're going to get an understudy. I think we're going to get, if we get one, we're going to get an understudy to Antonio. They've given Antonio the number 9 shirt, as James quite rightly pointed out on the previous show. And I'll tell you something now, you ain't going to bring a top striker in and offer him number 44, right? It's not going to happen.
Mr. Cox said it all. He said it all. Mr. Cox said it all. Phillips is too slow.
Well, yeah, but look at Angelo Bonner.
Phillips is too slow, dog.
Peach, look at Angelo Bonner. Angelo Bonner has not got a shade of pace in him, and he's a fantastic, one of the most underrated centre backs in our.
Yeah, but homeboy got a brain like the best of them. That's the difference. I don't think Phillips does. That's just me. Opinions are opinions.
My fair. I done a show about it the other day. Where's the signings? That's the worry. Where are they? Because
I know.
All this talk about signing all these players.
Yeah.
It's looking very, very murky to me. And I've spoken to numerous football agents, and normally football agents all know what's really going on and who might move. Yeah. And they're all saying West Ham nothing.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Even Jim White on Talk Sport was saying he's going to have Sullivan on, like explaining why we're not going to buy anybody in the summer. Like it's been put up there.
Personally, from what I hear, I can't see signings coming in, and that's a bloody unless Moyes has got some serious backup coming in from the younger players that we all sort of saw a lot of them blooded on Saturday.
And I think that's the case. I think that's the case.
And my fear is we finished 6th when we should have finished 4th.
Yep.
We should have made the Champions League. The reason we didn't make the Champions League, our squad wasn't big enough. If our squad had been big enough last season, this season, West Ham fans will be watching Champions League football. right?
I know, but it's almost a case of you have to learn to crawl before you walk.
The board settled for middle of the table performance, and when it came to it, they hadn't put enough money in to take us to the where we should have been. We should have made the Champions League this season. Now, are they resting on their laurels? Right, thinking, well, we can finish 6th with this squad. Let's keep this squad, right? And blood a few youngsters in.
We need 1 like though. We're on 29 likes. Come on, we need 1 like.
No,
Just
we
one.
need 20 more likes. I ain't even playing. We need 20 more likes. We want 50, man. We ain't not doing this for like 30 likes. We want 50 likes, man. And we want everybody to subscribe to today's banter.
30 likes. There we go. We've done it. 30 likes.
We haven't done it. We want 20 more. Don't be impressed by that. We want 20 blood clot more likes.
Hey, put the concentration on the subscribes, Peach. Come on. You're meant to be my manager. Okay. Subscribe to the day's manager. Anyway, let's get back to football because you fired me up now talking about this.
Bring it to 50 likes. Bring it to 50 likes. Bring it to 50 likes.
Let me ask you a question, Jake. We're on the show, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We have Karen Brady, right? You know who she is, obviously, yeah?
Look at Paige.
Right. Yeah. We're not going to mention her daughter.
Her daughter is banging. I know business, Reggie. If I saw her daughter in a nightclub, she would be in the toilet with me, dog, doing some.
No, but this sums up West Ham for me, right? As a club, meant to be pushing on and going top 6. Or we are top 6 officially at the minute, aren't we? Right?
Yeah.
Right. Jake, where do you go Saturday, mate?
Where do I go Saturday?
Yeah.
Me house.
No, where did you go Saturday? Come on.
Last Saturday. We went to London.
And you went to the club shop?
We did go to the
club shop. Right. Went to the club shop, and what did I ask you? I said, Jake, do me a favour, pick me up an under-8s kit, an under-3 kit, for me grandson. Yeah?
Yeah.
Were they in stock?
No, not until the start of the season.
Don't say them all. And when are they ready?
The start of the season.
Oh, wow.
After the season start or before it?
After, I think.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right, hang on. So here's my point. We have to watch as West Ham fans Karen Brady making out she's big businesswoman of the world on bloody The Apprentice with Alan Sugar, right? And she can't even organise any kits for under-8s downwards until after the season is started, right?
Wow.
Rather than meant to blood our family, right? I got 2 grandchildren. I've got one who's born, one's due next week, right? Both boys, right? I wanted to blood them as West Ham supporters as you do, right?
Yeah.
Done my son, now it's my grandchildren's time. Say to Jake, go get me a kit, Jake. I'll sort you out a bit of cash when you come back. Under-8s downwards, right? The critical age to blood a kid into West Ham United. A new kit, you got a year to sort out a new kit, right? Even a club staff are laughing because they haven't got it, right? And she's on The Apprentice.
Yes.
She's the biggest businesswoman in the world, advising people how to build their business. Yeah. And she can't even organise a fucking kit. Sorry, Jake. It winds me up.
She couldn't organize a piss up in a pub, dog. Like, honestly, man.
But how bad is that organisation? So Brady,
terrible.
Brady, we all talk about Sullivan out and Gold out. Brady should be first to go. Brady, you're fired. Yep. Like not on some Alan Sugar things, like on some Donald Trump things. Like, you're fired. Yeah, get rid of her. Gone. Get rid of all of them. I don't like any of them. They're that, man. I don't like none of. Yo, big up Charlie Boy. He's up in the mix. And
yes.
Yo, I seen Mr. Anvil up in the place still. But yo, big up Charlie Boy. That's my G, man.
Yeah.
But yo, no, I agree with you. Brady, I think they're all as bad as one another. Like, honestly. But I agree with you. She's like the top one to go, 100.
Anvil says Brady is a successful businesswoman, but an embarrassment to our club.
No. Let's
Yes.
stop there. She's not actually a successful businesswoman.
No,
Right?
she just won the
Because she's
apprentice.
never had a business of her own. She's never had a business of her own. She's hung on the coattails of David Sullivan through the Sunday Sport, Birmingham City. She advised Sullivan to buy Birmingham City. She run Birmingham City, right? And now she runs West Ham commercial.
Go on there. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The only business that Brady has got is columns in the Sun where she chats shit.
Rubbish.
Right? Yeah.
Rubbish.
Absolute rubbish. She embarrasses the club. She embarrasses the club.
Rubbish, man.
Anyway, you can't even organise. It's not of her shop. It's fucking hundreds of miles away, is it? It's downstairs below the office, and she can't even get kits in for underage and below kids. What a joke!
That is kind of disgusting. Honestly,
Shall
that
we,
is kind of disgusting.
Should we pull her up on The Apprentice and say, Brady, you're fired? Because that is a massive commercial error.
Shall we, lads, shall we try and discuss our main subject of today's video an hour and 1 minute into the show?
What's that, Jakey boy? What's that, Jakey? Oh, big up Anton. But anyways, go on. Big up. Go on. What's the main subject?
So the main subject that I am going to be asking you today is, will David Moyes opt for the youth over signers? We've touched on it slightly already, but Peach, a straight answer and a little bit of an explanation before we dig deep into it.
Okay, I'll give you just like sprinkles of cinnamon, sugar, and spice. Yes, I think the youth are going to be massive for us this season. End of.
Do you think, Peach, that this is the way Moyes is looking at it? He's going to save money and, get more of the youth players in, cheap as chips, and use the youth players and not buy big signings that we all want? Oh, we've lost Peach.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
because like when he signed his whole, I think like how he wanted to run the club in that Red Bull kind of mode, that screams youth. It screams pace. So yeah, I think he's gonna run them ways there still. Yeah.
Steve, what are you thinking? We're less than 20 days away from our season kicking off. Is he opting for the youth over signings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My fear is we're not going to bring in the 4 or 5 players top level that we need. Indications would say that, yeah. And hey, don't get me wrong, mind. It could pay off.
It could
pay off, but it's a gamble.
Let's get a guest in then. Are you ready for this, Steve?
Yo, hold on. You know what? Hold on. Before you bring the guest in, I gotta big up my G, Charlie Boy. I gotta big up the man because, like he said, Moyes has stated numerous times that he don't like rushing. Yeah, there you go. He don't like rushing in the young players, and you can see it from like how he dealt with Bowen, from how he dealt with Ben Rama. But these young players have been at the squad training with the under 23s. I think it's a different kettle of fish. Honest.
Just before we bring our guest in, before this comment goes away, Jake need a swear jar. I'd be a millionaire. I would be a millionaire.
Peach been swearing?
Pardon?
Has Peach been swearing, eh?
No.
You've been swearing. I haven't been swearing. You've been the one swearing.
It's not Brentford Clive. It is the one, the only.
Chicky.
Brownie's in the building. Brownie's in the building. Rah.
Hey. Daya.
Yes, Brownie.
Daya, after the crypto rising today, I'm told you can buy the club shop alone, can't you?
Wow. It wasn't on your tip, Brownie.
Leave it out.
I went Bitcoin, mate. I went Bitcoin, not your Shiba rubbish. Is your Shiba going up?
Shiba, Dogecoin.
What percent did they go up?
Dogecoin 15, Shiba 8.
Oh, fair play. I'm up 12%. I'm up today.
There you go. So actually, the next meal we have will be on you then, yeah? Because I'm not having you. You're ripping Jake off a steak and all that when you only deserve a salad.
Ripping him off. Ripping it. He doesn't look after his guest. Let me tell you something, Brownie. That boy and his dad and his lovely mum, by the way,
Big up, Sarah.
They know how to look after their guest presenters, right? Not like you, ripping everybody off, banging everybody. And to be fair, my Bitcoin's only recovered after your dodgy tip.
Oh dear. We were just starting to actually solidly talk about West Ham.
Yeah,
and then,
I can talk West Ham, to be honest. I can talk West Ham, to be honest.
Go on, Brownie.
Go on, then, Brownie.
Yeah, no, I mean, David, I feel sorry. I really do feel sorry for West Ham fans. It's gone on long enough now. And I remember Daya being old school, he kind of like, you know, he admired the bloody Sullivan and all that. But then now for him to start turning on Sullivan, Brady, and, you know, it just shows just how long-winded the who-shotted thing is, really. And he did bring up a good point. You know, of all the bad points he brings up, he did bring up a good point about the kits. Jake, I'm just grateful that you didn't shell out for the money. Because if you're waiting for him to pay you back, you'd be waiting a hell of a long time, I'm telling you.
well, we had to pick it up. Well, to be honest, we would have had to pick it up today. To be honest, Steve, we shared a big Sunday, and you bought a few drinks, and then we left, and you went back in to see your good friend. So it was all right.
She was
is my invite still in the post then? Yeah, and also as well, while we're at it, you know, what do you want me to ask Soufal and Soucek on Wednesday, and the Czech ambassador, and anyone in the chat? What do you want?
Hang on, I'm going first. I'm going first. What I'm going to say is ask Soucek and Soufal to ask David Sullivan where the money is, and ask the Czech ambassador to come on West Ham Unofficial. There you go, Brownie.
And Brownie, I'll show you this. You ask Soucek and Soufal to big up Mandy G. Trust me. That's what I'm saying, guys.
I'll bet any money, and I'll put all the proceeds right into DT38. I bet you Brownie doesn't show up at the Czech embassy, right? And there's some excuse why he doesn't go.
Oh, no. I'm going.
No. I've seen Brownie with all these invitations.
No, hotel's booked everything. No, I'm not going back.
Right, okay, then, Brownie. 50 quid on it to the DT38 charity, right? Right, we want to see photos of you there. Hopefully a little video.
I doubt a video, but definitely photos. I doubt a video, but definitely
photos. I think because you said I was invited. You invited me. Then you
listen, if it was an 18+ video, it'd be a reason why I'm not inviting you. But it's not an 18+ video because little Jake is on No. Hey, because as I'm back in the UK, I'm opening up my little black book. It's coming to the last final pages of my little black book, I'll be honest with you. So we'll see. But no, definitely 100%.
What day? Wednesday. So we got
Wednesday, yeah. To be honest, should actually be last Wednesday.
Well, so you're taking it back then? 50 quid, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. You hear that, Jake? 50 quid for the charity either way.
Should have been last Wednesday, but the ambassador actually had COVID. So I
what I'm saying is, Jake, 50 in the bank there either way, either off Brownie or either off me, mate, right?
No problem. And Peter Cech as well is going to be there, apparently. Because
name drop, bang, bang, bang.
I know. Yeah, no,
bang, bang.
Jake, I'm sure the ambassador would come on your channel, no problem at all.
Greatly appreciated. Right, Tufty wants to ask Soucek and Soufal get him to Newcastle. It's a bit cold up there. They won't like it too much.
No, they won't like it up there. No. Nobody wants to go to Newcastle. Mike Ashley's having to move the training ground to London.
They only want to go to Newcastle if they're going to Geordie Shore. Straight up, real things, man. They only want to go to Newcastle if they're meeting the gal them from Geordie Shore, man. That's it. Done. Finished. And
Trev Trev Chew says, here's one before you all go in. Going nowhere yet. Christ, Steve, Peach said he's not going to leave until we get 50 likes, and we're only on 33.
No, we're going to get 50, Doc. We're going to get 50. Everybody, push that like button, subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. We get 50. We get 50. Otherwise, we're not leaving people's YouTube questions, okay?
Yes, Brownie. Yes, Brownie. My cheek. How do you think?
It could be a
James,
long
how are
night.
you?
It could be a long night.
It could be.
Stressed, mate. Stressed after what I'm seeing. Do you know what I mean? With all these rumours and stuff. Yeah, listen, everyone, give Jake a like, mate. If you don't like me, and then you definitely get 50 likes.
Oh, yo, everybody loves you, dog.
You know what I mean?
Everybody loves you, dog. How do you
Nah,
mean,
man? I'm not worried about it. Now, listen.
Building, dog.
We're in trouble financially, mate. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie about this because it's getting to a stage now where I know the youth are doing well, but it's okay playing against reserve teams and all that. I get it, like, and you go up to Celtic and playing well, but it took Declan Rice 4 years to be the player he is now. Let's kid ourselves. The first season he got absolutely destroyed at Liverpool away. We lost 4-0. And we need players, mate. And we're supposed to be progressing to the next level, and we're acting like we're trying to stay in the league, and it's not good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing is, guys, right? This is what really annoys me regarding football club owners. It must be their own ego. You never see them come out and admit that the club is struggling. The club at their helm is struggling financially. It's always a bit of PR stuff. Oh, look, it's because of this. It's because of that. No, listen. If you hold your hands up, West Ham are very similar. Cardiff, very similar with Cardiff. Yeah, we're both working class clubs. We both, the fan base is very down to earth. If the owner come out and said, "Look, we're struggling. This is what the club is like at the moment financially," I think the fans would have a lot more respect for owners than if they come out with PR bullshit. Let's be honest.
The only thing with that, though, Brandy, the only thing I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but we've just had one of the best seasons in 21, 22 years qualifying for Europe, right? Yeah. We shouldn't be skint now.
Not at all.
We're in a rented stadium that we don't even own. We've got a training ground that I've seen better Sunday league training facilities than our own, and we're acting like a team that really isn't fit for purpose. So I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But as I say it, and I said it on Jake's show, I've said it on Falls for Mayans, I said it on Hammers Poles, I said it everywhere. I've even said it on West Ham Fan TV. We never left Upton Park 5 years ago, 6 years next year, to be a mid-table team.
I completely understand that. My point was just I just wish football club owners would just drop the ego of it all and just be honest and truthful with the fans, because that's what the fans deserve.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Peach, anything to say on that?
Nah, Fever and Brownie, they got it bang on the head, man. Honest. Like in Toronto, dog. In Toronto, dog, at schools, we got like portables. Like, you got like a building that's a school, and then you got portables. It's like that looks like our training ground. Like it looks like it's Sunday league things, man. Like James is bang on the money. It's Sunday league things, man. And we have dollars. Like, they got money. Like, spend it, man. Like, they just short arms, long pockets syndrome, man. Straight up.
Yeah, when you were the owner of a football club, give it championship manager on a PlayStation. But when you were the owner of a football club, would your ego had stopped you from telling the fans the truth?
I really bought a football club because of you, you bloody idiot. Spending my money. But James hits a nail on the head, right? The reason they don't say this, I tell you, Brownie, because people will ask questions. And I'd ask the question straight away. You've just earned £40 million for qualifying for Europe, right? Yeah. You've got, I can't remember what the actual figure is for finishing 6th, but it's far more than
I think it's like 22 million.
15.
I think it's like 22 million or something.
I think it's more than that.
word up.
More than that, right? It's more than 22 million. I think you at least double that, right? I think you could actually quadruple it, right?
Okay, so we're like at 80 million right there.
Okay, so there's 100 million quid there, right?
Yeah.
So then chucking the worldwide team. Forget COVID. They talk about COVID costing the club, right? Bullshit, right? Because I've been in Football League chairman's meetings where a Premiership chairman, as you know, Brownie, and I've been to these meetings, have said clearly they don't need a crowd anymore for the finance, right? The worldwide TV rights for each club in the Premiership are massive, huge. So there's no way we could be scared. James hits the nail on the head. We're paying £2 million. I don't mind us renting the ground. Most clubs, Cardiff City grounds you could call rented, right?
Yeah.
Other grounds you could call rented, right? Man City you could call rented ground, right? Don't have a problem with leasing the ground. Not a problem. Because like Cardiff City could never sell their own ground because the covenant's on the ground. So it was a great business move.
But they can borrow against the ground, though, Steve.
No. Cardiff City can't borrow against the ground. It's not an asset that could be borrowed on. It's not.
Anyway. No.
Well, I can tell you for a fact. Anyway, we're not talking about bloody shitty Cardiff City. No. Right.
Yo, let me
listen.
Go on.
So there's in excess, just there, of over £100 million, right?
Yeah.
On top of that is the worldwide TV rights, right? That's going to be £100 million.
Yeah.
Right? We rent a stadium for £2 million a year.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me where the losses are then. Where we can't afford anything. And those are the questions that the board would be asked. Right?
Yes.
100%.
Let me just
what annoys me, hang on, Peach. What annoys me?
Okay, go on.
This takeover deal. I understand what Sullivan's saying with the takeover deal.
Yeah.
They were a property deal, right? But I'll tell you, when Sullivan bought West Ham, a football chairman said to me at the time, that's a property deal, Daya.
Yeah.
Right? And for Sullivan, it was a property deal. Hey, Gold, I'll leave him out of it because I've met him a few times. He does love the club, right?
Yeah.
Sullivan is a out-and-out businessman.
Yeah.
And come on, he sold Upton Park, where we should never have left, in my opinion, right? If we left Upton Park, we should have left to be in the Champions League. Right?
Bing, bang, bosh. Yeah.
However, we could have built on that stadium, right? If Sullivan loved that club, we would have built on that stadium. The bus depot's gone. Come on, the chicken run. You could have had a massive stand over there. We've seen what Tottenham had done, right? What was there to do, right? Because it was business and not football, we went to the Olympic Stadium for £2 million a year. In 100%. Return, us fans were told, okay, for that, we know moving home is going to be awful for you, but we're going to deliver you top grade football, which I take the Champions League, right? I wouldn't leave Upton Park I wouldn't even leave the Champions League myself personally, but we're going to deliver you football, the finest football. We're going to give you retractable seating so you don't have to worry about the running track around the ground. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. They have destroyed that part of West Ham United.
100%.
Bang on.
That experience that we all loved has gone.
Yeah. But what you're saying... What you're saying,
let me just jump in for 2 seconds because Ludders makes a good point. Like, what training facilities have these other clubs that we don't got? Like
Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood Town are in League One and they've got a better training facility than us.
Boom.
Explain that one to me. Sunderland. Sunderland have got a training facility.
There's no asset in having a training ground.
No.
Right, there's no benefit
No.
For a business. You've got your players training, right? It's as simple as that, right? To improve on the football side, of course you need a better training ground, right? But on the business side, you don't. And that's what worries me, and that's what concerns me with the board of West Ham. It's treated too much as a business and not enough as a football club.
Just to cut in there, right? I just want to, because some of the things you were saying were bang on the money, right? What you said about their property people, you're bang on. The moment they bought West Ham, they looked at Stratford straight away because they knew the Olympics was going there. They went, right, once the Olympic Games is done in 2012, that ground's going to be empty. West Ham's in the borough of Newham. It's common sense. Leighton Orient ain't going to get it, so West Ham can get it. Do you know what I mean? And that is exactly what they done. Right? That Olympic Games was granted to us in 2006, I think it was. I remember speaking about it with Gatesy a long time ago. And when you dig into it, it is a financial, it is a property deal. And they use that as a commodity. Like they look at Stratford, oh yeah, big shiny, got a big shiny ground, but it's like having a Ferrari in it. You got a nice Ferrari, you got a nice Ferrari with no engine in it. What's the point? Yeah. So yeah, I agree.
The thing, this is what I think their business plan is, right? I think because the Olympic Stadium is a white elephant to the taxpayer and to the government, right? And it's, hey, don't get me wrong, on a business side, Sullivan pulled hell of a shrewdy getting that ground for £2 million, right? That's a bargain of a century. And having the taxpayer pay for it is that, that's phenomenal business, right? Yeah. But not for a football fan or not for a football club. The only thing that I hope is that, and I got a sneaky feeling, right? He will wait until the government are fed up of pumping the money in to that stadium and buy it for like 10 quid or something stupid just to take it over.
Brownie.
We got state-of-the-art carpet, though, dog. We got state-of-the-art carpet, dog. Like, yo.
Finally, me and Steve agree on something, because I've been saying this for ages, Steve. We're just going to wait until Khan is no longer London Mayor. Because Khan have got a gripe with West Ham, and that's the only reason in which, and the covenants as well. Otherwise, West Ham would already be owners of that stadium. We're just going to wait until Khan, because you can only have two terms as mayor, can't you? And he's on his second term already. So they're just going to wait. They're just going to wait, and
that's part of the politics. But Sullivan and Gold are not going to sell. But at the moment, anyway, because I think they've still got 2 years or 1 year to run, right?
It's this year, isn't it?
But they get a super tax. They get a super tax. I think it's 80% to stop a 8% tax they'd have to pay on any deal, right? Your football finance bloke brought it up. Kieran, what's his name? Maguire brought it up the other day. 80 million they'd have to pay in tax, right? On a 400 million, 80%, sorry. Of the 400 million would be paid in tax. A super tax covenant was put in to stop short-term gain by moving to the Olympic Stadium. So they're tied into that for a year. So nobody's going to sell for a 12-month, I think it's 12, 16-month, whatever it is, period for that. So there's no chance of them going in 16 months unless somebody comes in and pays way over the odds, which covers the tax, which no businessman's going to do, right? You wouldn't do that.
Also, as well, Steve, if I can just bring a subject, and then I'm going to have to make a move, but I thought it was very, very hypocritical of David Sullivan coming out the other day and saying, about this this latest bid, that he thinks that he's concerned that it was only a property bid and not a football team bid. I thought, I thought you absolute shyster. I could have said a hell of a lot worse.
This is David Sullivan, who once upon a time said he was a Cardiff City fan.
Yeah, he did,
Right?
And then a Birmingham fan.
Then he said, no, he's never said he was a Birmingham fan. And he come to West Ham and he's a lifelong West Ham fan.
Oh, no.
That's bullshit. Me and you both know. I was involved in the deal, right? Not many people, you know this, Brownie. I was involved in the deal of David Sullivan buying Cardiff City in a different name, right? Yeah, for his brother. It was going in his brother's name, Clive, right? Michael Isaacs was on the pitch, if you remember the big scarf, Brownie. The deal was done, Paulie and all them. And then the shareholders of Cardiff, a couple of them, Kumar and whatever, up the stake, wanted more money and he pulled out, right? Yeah? That's how shrewd Sullivan is on a deal.
We're going to leave that there because we could honestly.
Guys. I'm going to have to
cheers, Brownie.
Brownie. Brownie's in the building. Brownie's in the building. Now he's gone. Ticka lot. Now he's gone. Yo, Charlie boy, check your Instagram, dog. Trust me.
There's a 6 hour long voice message for you there, CB's ready to go.
No, like 8, 9, 10 hours, dog. How do you mean, dog? How do you mean?
I made the mistake of getting Peach on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, because on WhatsApp you can send endless amount of voice messages. On Instagram you can only do a minute.
Instagram cripples you because you can only like send like a 1 minute like message. So it's like, yo, man and gal like on Instagram, they're getting like 10 million messages a minute long. So it all works out the same. But it's just like they get them like 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I had Frankel the other day, Jake. I swear to God, I love Frankel. Frankel is my boy. I love him to death. I thought it was so brilliant that he was able to hook up with you in Clapton. I think that's brilliant. But I left him like a 9, 10 like minute message, and he's like, I'm not listening to this. Like, you know the rules. He's like, yo, 2, 3 minutes done. Like, why do you keep talking so much? But when it comes out to West Ham, I just keep talking because I got so much passion, man. Straight up.
Pete, look at that. Look. That's the longest I've had. 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
What? Yo, I'm going to send you a longer one still. Don't you worry. Peach is in the building.
He is. Right, let's take some comments before we go. Right, James, to you first then. Phil Jones. Oh, honestly.
No, thank you. No.
It's getting embarrassing. Let's be honest. Like, as West Ham fans, that's getting embarrassing, isn't it? Phil Jones now been linked with. Like, I'm not going to knock him. I'm not going to knock him because people would say about Lingard. Like, look at Lingard. Look what he done for us, right? Granted, I understand that.
No. It's Phil Jones, dog. It's Phil Jones. It's not Mendy.
And do you know what? I just want to say this a minute, because what people keep forgetting about is, Joe, if we finish third in the Europa League, we end up going in the conference. That's more European football that we're going to get. Like, so if we finish third in the Europa League, we drop down into the conference. So basically, the only way we don't get European football is if we finish fourth. Right? Like, so yeah, we're linked with Phil Jones, mate. I'm sorry, but I keep it short and sweet. Not for me.
Steve?
Not for me either, dog. No way.
Phil Jones, no.
Yeah, thank you.
Peach, yeah.
A hard like a million out of 10. No, like if we're looking for like center backs, we already got Baptiste and Elise, man. Like, people are forgetting them things, man. Like, the youngsters could shine. Look what Ferguson did with United, man. And I think Moyes is on that same path. That's just me, though. Everybody has their own opinion.
I think Moyes is only on that path through non-choice.
Yeah,
that's a good point. It is. I think, Steve, the thing is, I said completely no to Anthony Martial, and you said, well, I'd look at Jesse Lingard. I think Phil Jones is another 2 levels down than Anthony Martial.
West Brom, mate. He's West Brom, not West Ham.
2 levels down, Jake. He's like 200 levels down. He's like one of those escalators that, like, it's like, yo, you know, when you go to like Piccadilly Circus or whatever, and like you're going down to the tube thing, and it's like that big long escalator going down. It's
honestly, you think Peach lives in Dagenhams, James, wouldn't you?
No, but that's Phil Jones, dog. Phil Jones.
Listen, mate. Don't know anyone not the end.
At the bottom of that escalator, dog. James, you know what I'm talking about. Phil Jones is at the bottom of that escalator.
No idea what you're talking about, Pete. No clue, mate. No clue, mate.
Right, let's move on. Let's move on, because before we know it'll be midnight.
James, man.
Right, two minutes left of the show. We're going to keep it inside an hour and 30. So last comments. Let me scroll down. Tell you what, I'm going to scroll right down to the bottom. See who's there. Fresh Fielder. Hope you're well. Let's have a look here. CB says might as well bring in Phil Collins. Phil Jones. No. Absolutely. There we go. Well, I do apologize. We missed a lot of comments tonight because, you know, the first hour and a bit we had Pete
on that point, no, Jake, you'd never miss a super chat, would you?
No,
you got a couple tonight. Good on you, man. Good on you.
All I'd say is, I know, Jake, the amount of work you put in so we can all have a bit of banter on this show and all have a chat. and the effort that you put into this. And it's nice to see your viewers chucking in the super chat, because it's only £2, £1, do whatever you want, but it helps you.
He deserves it, man.
I don't go to the pub no more because I'd rather come on here and talk to West Ham fans.
That's what we were talking about the other day, wasn't it? It's like this is like a virtual pub, like really.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. I got to admit, it is hard work. Like when I was doing it last year on my own, it's hard work, and I must admit, fair play to you. If you're doing it, if you're doing that sort of stuff, it's hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's tiring. It gets draining after a little while. So yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. I've only been doing my show for 2 weeks. Subscribe if you want to watch it, right? But I'm sadly retired, so it gives me something to do and keep me out the pub. Right? But it is the energy levels that go in the concentration to setting it all up it's not like you think it's going to be, is it?
No.
Oh, Peach is gone. But I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you coming on. Literally, I just wouldn't be able to do it. You, James, Steve, Peach, Mike, all of the regulars that come on, and everybody that comes on in general every now and then. There wouldn't be there definitely wouldn't be a show without them. There wouldn't be a show about the There won't be a show without.
One question for you, Jake, before you wrap it up. I've just got one question before you wrap it up. Are we going to sign a player this week?
No.
Right. Okay. Fair enough, mate.
Steve?
No,
Signings?
Can't see it, mate. Can't see it.
No.
Can't see it.
No. Right, we're going to just see
what the board will be thinking now. What the board will be thinking now. Let's not do a panic signing. Look how we played against Celtic, and we didn't have Souček, Soufal, Rice even in the side. No Lingard, right? And we put in because the performance was exceptional, apart from the centre halves, right? If I was the ball director, I'd be getting a checkbook out straight away for centre half, right? I've expressed my opinion there, but they won't even do that, mate, because they say, "I will get Ogbonna back, right? He'll be back, and we'll be all right."
Here's a question for you. Here's a question. We haven't discussed left backs tonight. Scott says we also need a left back. Cresswell is terrible Saturday. He's only going downhill now.
I disagree with that. I think Cresswell's a good player. I think he gets slaughtered a bit and picked on. I think he plays well for us, to be honest with you.
I think he's good in the free. I'll give him his due. When he goes to a free at the back, I think he's decent. And I said this the other week on your show, Jake. I said when he goes as a 4, pace kills him. And when there's someone pacey up against him, he's just not good enough.
Yeah, and we saw that, and the last game of the season springs to mind. Kyle Walker-Peters, these players absolutely just flew past him, nearly scored early on in the game. The only real left back that we've had, linked with us is Junior Firpo, class player. He's gone to Leeds. We are losing players to rivals every single day. Townsend, Daka, Firpo, who else? Bertrand even.
It's not even the players. It's the fact that we're not even making any sort of concrete bids. That's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Andros Townsend's been at Palace for so many years, and I'm not going to miss him. But when you're looking at likes of that Firpo, for instance, and Barcelona are in trouble, and we can't even attract him to the club, and he's gone to Leeds, and we're in Europe. That is a frightening. I'm happy that the season's coming up, but I'm nervous, mate. I don't know why, because I've seen this so many times in West Ham. One good season, everyone's buzzing. Next season, we drop like a stone in water. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Europe's going to be. I wish we weren't in Europe, to be honest with you. If we qualify for Champions League, fair enough, right? Europe, I think is. I'll make our Sunday performances in the Premiership worse. Personally, we're never going to pull it off with the squad that we got. Youngsters or no youngsters, right? Those youngsters aren't going to be up to speed. Yes, fair enough. Come in, blood them in, put them in the side. Nah, it's not going to happen. Everyone talks about kids don't win football.
The problem is
Man United. Everyone remembers Man United doing it, but you had Man United players of elite ability there, right? And I haven't seen elite, but Giggs was warming up for Man United at 16 years old. He was in the side at 17 years old. Remember. You can't just chuck a load of kids in now at the start of a season or through the season when they haven't been blooded into the team already. It's not going to happen. Our board being too tight with the purse strings. They ain't skint. Whatever they say, there's no skint there. I'd love to ask them, where is the money then? Where's the money gone?
Yeah.
It's impossible, mate. It's impossible.
Yeah, I've got to jump in because we've got our final guest coming on in just a couple of seconds' time. But firstly, Trev Tube, here's to hoping there's one decent signing next week. Thank you very much, Trev Tube, member, and you always chuck it in the super chat as well. Thank you very much. As we are joined by our final guest, Tracy Tombides. Tracy, how are you?
Oh, we got blonde on.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hi, Steph. How are you? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm lovely. Nice to meet you, Tracy.
You too.
I met Tracy yesterday at the DT 38 10K run. Joe and Taylor got through it. I think Taylor's feeling the effects. I think Joe is now. Tracy, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't know why. We walked 10Ks. I didn't feel tired at all after that. So I don't know why they're complaining, but I'm really pleased that they both finished, and I think they're quite chuffed themselves.
Yeah. My just for the viewers, one of my highlights of the day is we went in Prezzo and we ordered drinks. Joe ordered a sparkling water. So Taylor looked at me and went, "What are you on about?" And he ordered 3 double rum and cokes. I love the spirit.
Yes. Probably should have had a water first. I think they hit him pretty quickly afterwards. I don't think he'd had any food either. So he slept well last night. He slept very well.
I bet he did. I bet he did indeed. Loads of money came in. Steve had quite an interesting way to raise money. But loads of money. Joe, Taylor, Tom King as well raised loads of money for DT30, which was the main aim.
No, it was really good. Everyone got behind the boys and donated where they could, so it was fabulous. It's they're all keen to do it again next year. I even hear you're running next year too, Jake. So you'll have to go easy on them, all right? You don't start training till like the last few weeks, okay?
Okay, deal, deal. Just hearing as well, Steve's going to do it with me next year as well. Isn't that right, Steve?
Yeah, 10K, no problem, Jake. I got plastic knees now, mate. They get me around there, no problem, mate. I'll go round liquid.
Oh, I knew that was coming, Steve. I knew that was coming. Tracy, anything you'd like to say to the viewers watching? I'm going to put the links to the donation pages in the chat. People can still donate, but anything you want to say?
Yeah, thanks, Jake. It just, thanks if you've got a spare $5 or a couple of pounds or something you can spare. Everything helps. The donation page for the 10K run is open for another 2 weeks after the event, just so that last minute donations come in. So appreciate all those people that have donated, and if you haven't and you can spare something, that'd be great, because it's very important for the charity to raise awareness and educate people around testicular cancer. You don't always know the signs, but it's really important that we raise awareness, because it is a disease that is very curable when treated and found early, but if left too long, delay is deadly. Yeah, definitely indeed. We've had a few super chats come in tonight, which of course when they come through, we'll go straight over to DT38. Stephen, James, anything you want to say just while I put the links in the chat?
I'd just say to Tracy, really, I think she's put together, both for the memory of Dylan, but more for every man, really, every youngster who should do those checks. I'll be honest, I'm on the show tonight. I had an issue when I was 18, right? I shit myself, to be honest, when his lump come in me nut, right? And I hid it from everybody for 6 months until it got too painful, right? Eventually, I confessed, went to the doctors, sent me down to the hospital, and thankfully, it was something else. It was a burst blood vessel or some bloody thing. Can't remember what it was. But the fear, don't be shy. The thing is, for all the bigger man you think you are, check your nuts.
Absolutely. And as you'd know, Steve, a lot of the blokes spend most of their time down there anyhow, so you might as well check them out while you're down there. Yeah, no, it's definitely. And a simple check could save your life, right? It's as simple as that, right? I left it far too late. Thankfully, I got away with it. Yeah. But in my older years, I thought, you stupid. It must have been 12 months before I got myself to the hospital. Yeah. That could have been, if it had been what I was worrying it was,
it would have been the end of me at 18, 19. Thankfully, it wasn't. But don't be brave. Don't be a hero. Check yourself out, because you don't think it's more in youngsters, isn't it? It shows, I think, the statistics. It's more in youngsters than it is older people. Prostrate when you get to my age, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a younger man's thing. Responsibility. Be responsible. Check your nuts.
Yeah, and if you do it early, in the early stages of your life, in your teenage years, when you do come across things like your prostate, issues and your bowel issues, then you're more inclined to jump on them, and get them checked out, because you've been not inspired, but you've been encouraged to do it from a really young age.
You've gone through it already, haven't you? You've gone through the roadmap of doing the checks.
Absolutely.
So when you're older, then you know what to do, not to be embarrassed about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bobby Moore was a perfect example. If Bobby Moore, with his stomach cancer, had gone early, right, he'd probably still be with us today.
Yeah,
right? But he put it off and put it off and put it off.
Yeah, and anyway. you can't afford to. You can't afford to. It's really important.
And the thing is, remember as well, lads, younger viewers watching, there is no pain with it. Is it? There's no pain with it.
No, it can be painless. It can be painless, and you might get it. You might get a bit of discomfort, a bit of pain, but a lot of people put that down to maybe exercise or something else that you've done in the day, and it's really, it's not something that it's immediately obvious, but you do get signs, and it's really important that you act on those signs straight away.
I'd just like to say to you, Tracy, thank you for raising the awareness for everybody. Yeah, obviously you've been through a torrid time yourself through this thing, but the way you've raised awareness is really humbling. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say so. Thank you. It's just, it was really when his family and his friends and his mates, said to me, we don't know what symptoms Dylan had. We have no idea what he's going through or what he went through. That just made me realize that, these kids, I don't consider myself, a poorly educated person, and yet I knew nothing about the disease, and neither did these boys. So it's really high time that they start hearing about it.
Yeah. Any super chats? Anyone go chuck a few quid into super chats? Tracy's come on the show, ladies and gentlemen. There's a couple of quid if you can.
James, anything you'd like to say?
Nah, fair play to her, mate. And it's hard. Like when you're young and all that, you're naive, and a lot of people are naive to things, and they get embarrassed and all that. But as my nan and granddad used to say, a problem shared is a problem halved. And if you've got a problem of any sort like that, talk to someone, get advice, and just go with it. Do you know what I mean? Because life's too short, mate. And like Dylan was a top player and would have been a phenomenal player. Do you know what I mean? And he was gone too soon, in my opinion. So yeah, just talk, mate. Like even with mental health and stuff like that, sometimes it's good to talk, and it helps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It helps big time. And even as in Dylan's case, he did the right thing and went to a doctor. And so it's really important that you guys know that it's an ultrasound that you have to insist on. It's 100% sensitive for the disease, and you'll have an outcome in 2 minutes. It's painless, and you'll know what you're dealing with, and you're better to know what you're dealing with right at the beginning, just so that you've got a chance to beat it. So don't be shy.
Indeed. Tracy, I'd like to say a huge thank you to you, of course, for the merch you sent out. Lots of people have said this is very fashionable tonight, what I've been wearing, and the jumper there. I've got t-shirts that I wore yesterday, and thank you very much for inviting us yesterday. And of course, here on West Ham Unofficial, we support DT38. All of the super chats will be heading over there. And Tracy, thank you very much for coming on and
having me.
And everything you do. There we go. Any final words, Daya or James, before we finally end? An hour and 43 in.
I just got one question. Is Tracy married?
Steve, behave.
Oh well, just inquiring. That was all, Jake. Just inquiring.
No, she's a single lady.
Oh.
Steve,
you have to come on my show, Tracy. Don't forget to subscribe, Tracy.
I think it's safer to be on banter. I think it's a little bit safer.
Yeah. But you can subscribe anyway. Just get me numbers up.
Okay.
Thank you, Tracy.
dear. Anyway, Steve, I mean, I don't think you've plugged your channel enough on the show. It's only been about 55 million times.
I don't think I have. There, subscribe. The Day's Banter. If you like West Ham, you like a bit of banter, get on my show.
I do. All right, I'll do that. Promise.
Yeah, I'm falling in love with you already, Tracy.
Oh, Steve, honestly, I'm the link to any of you final people watching who somehow haven't heard Steve plug his channel today. The Day's Banter is in the chat. Thank you very much, Steve, James, and Tracy for coming on.
No problem, Jake.
No worries, mate.
See you later, Tracy.
See you later, Steve. Bye-bye.
Take care, Tracy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Come on, you eyes. Thank you very much for all of you. There we go. Come on, you eyes. Come on, James. James, come on.
I will when we sign a player.
James, come on. James.
You know what I mean? I'll give you 2 fingers like that at the minute. That's how skilled we are.
James, I'm not leaving. I'm not
leaving.
All
right, I'll do that then, just for the
yeah.
I mean, that's an X.
I think James is sat in the Cardiff City shirt looking at the colours tonight there, Jake.
Nah, mate. I wish
I was.
Go
there, mate. They signed less than us.
I wish I was, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much.
See you, Jake. Yeah, everyone.
Cheers, guys, and goodbye.